Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War video. It feels a little weird going back and playing this game just because we just got done playing the Vanguard beta, and it felt like I was playing the beta for like a month straight with like every single day or something like that, because the beta, even though it didn't really last that long, and I know they did extend it for like a couple days, it just seemed like I was playing it so much that I just felt like I was playing it for a month straight and that the full game was already out and I was just never going to go back and play Black Ops Cold War. But of course, it was a beta, it ended eventually, and now I'm back and playing this game, which isn't a bad thing. I don't really mind playing Black Ops Cold War. And so anyway, we have two new things going on right now in Black Ops Cold War. We have the numbers event and the new survival outbreak game mode, which of course is going to be the main topic of this video. But quickly talking about the numbers event, these challenges for this event that you can complete, if you complete all 9 of them, you get yourself the new melee weapon, which came from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, I'm just saying that as a joke. It didn't come from that show, obviously. It is a real-life melee weapon after all, but nonetheless, you can get a melee weapon for completing all 9 challenges, and these challenges can be completed in Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer or zombies, and of course Warzone. And these challenges don't seem difficult no matter what mode you're playing on, so it's going to be really easy getting these melee weapons unlocked. And so anyway, with the numbers event out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this new survival mode that we see with Outbreak called Survival Outbreak. And so essentially what is it? It's exactly Outbreak, right? It's exactly what we know Outbreak is, except your health does not regenerate by default, right? You know, normally your health automatically regenerates after so much time of not being hit by a zombie, and that's not the case with this. And so your health doesn't regenerate unless you actually eat food or use a stim shot, or of course melee zombies, assuming that you have the melee upgraded to a certain point. And so those are the 3 different ways that I'm aware of that you can actually heal yourself. Of course there's healing aura as well, but who the hell uses healing aura as a field upgrade in zombies? And another thing is there's no mini map, which I think makes it a lot harder, if I'm being completely honest with you. I use the mini map and of course the map itself a lot, and so yes, if you do try to pull up the full map yourself, you cannot see it. It just has that giant scrambling effect as if somebody has a counter UAV up, and so not having that map makes it really difficult to know where some of the world events are, because these world events are very good for, of course, getting more points, getting more salvage, and so that way you can like upgrade your weapons a lot easier in the game, and of course get more equipment or maybe some random weapon drops from loot boxes. And so it definitely makes it a lot harder trying to find these world events around the map. You're going to have to actually memorize where they might be based on your experience playing Outbreak in the past. And so I do kind of like that feature. I like how it kind of makes you travel around the map so you actually look for things to do instead of just relying on the map telling you where things are. And so that's definitely a feature I really like about the survival outbreak mode. However, when it comes to the, I guess, health regeneration system, since it doesn't automatically regen your health, and since you have to find food, use stim shots, or of course melee zombies to actually heal yourself, I got to admit, it seems like the drops that these food you see on the ground, like there's canned corn, there's pizzas, there's burgers, there's chicken soup, there's croissants, there's so many different kinds of foods that they put into the game itself. It just seems a bit overkill in the way, but I honestly don't care. It feels like I'm always discovering different kinds of foods the more I play the mode. And of course there's different rarities of these foods, so of course like the more rare the food that drops on the ground, the more health it's going to give you, which I think is a good system. However, this is not really a big deal in early rounds. I'm going to be honest with you, like if you are getting to higher rounds, I would say probably like past round 5, then this is going to where things become a much bigger deal, because zombies are going to be dealing a lot more damage to you. And so really paying attention to how much health you have is going to be a huge deal later on once you get into the harder rounds. But yeah, the very beginning, it does not really that hard at all. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, you start with the 1911 pistol. You can't actually choose your own loadout weapons, so you're always going to be starting off with the 1911 pistol, and you're going to have to find weapons for yourself and upgrade them later on. And this is another thing I actually really do like, because the huge thing about zombies that kind of makes it easy this year is that you can pick your own loadout weapon. And so I just load it with a bunch of OP attachments, and I just stick with that loadout weapon throughout the entire match. And so I think starting with the 1911 pistol definitely makes it a little bit harder, and it makes it a little bit it makes the gameplay a little bit different when it comes to a variety of weapons that you want to use while you're playing the match, because you're going to be finding different weapons while you use the box, or buying weapons off walls, or finding ones in chests. And so that's definitely another thing I really like about this mode. And even though this mode is supposed to represent higher rounds to be a lot more challenging based on the whole health system, one change that I recommend to make it things a lot harder and they make things a lot more challenging later on is when it comes to collecting perks, because of course you can like buy perks at the Wonder Fizz machine, or of course you can just scavenge around and get lucky enough by breaking crystals, or I guess completing certain world events to get free perks. But my argument is that the only way that you should be able to get perks is through the world events or through breaking crystals. You should not be allowed to buy any perks at all. I think perks should be given to you randomly by completing certain world events or by breaking those crystals. I think this will make this game mode a lot more challenging, and I think a lot more people might be more interested in it if that was the case. And this was a criticism I actually had with the original Outbreak mode. This was something I actually kind of do myself. Like, I purposely don't buy any perks at the Wonder Fizz machine. I will actually only try to get perks by actually breaking crystals or by completing world events that will give me perks, or of course I can sometimes get perks out of opening chests, right? I feel like that should be the only way you should be able to collect perks in this game mode to make it a lot more challenging, but that's just my personal opinion. I would like to know your guys' thoughts down below if that's a good idea, because Treyarch is claiming that this is supposed to be the hardcore Outbreak zombie experience, but I feel like it's not really that hardcore. I feel like if they really wanted to make it hardcore, they could either lower the health and they could actually add in the implementation I just recommended, where you can make it to where you have to scavenge for your perks. You cannot buy them at all through the Wonder Fizz machine, and I think that'll make things a lot more interesting, and that's something that I would love to see them have in this Outbreak survival mode, because it makes more sense to actually scavenge for your perks than to actually buy them, because then it feels more like a survival mode. And that's kind of how I've always treated Outbreak. I always treated it as this open world survival mode, because that's essentially what it is. And so I think it'll be a lot better if they made it where you actually had to scavenge for your perks instead of being able to buy them in the Wonder Fizz machine. But that's the only criticism I really have. It's not a bad game mode. I'll probably play it some more and challenge myself by not using the mini-map in the normal Outbreak mode, just because of how beneficial that actually is. And so anyway, that's it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like, and of course subscribe to the channel for more Call of Duty videos every single day, and I shall catch you guys later.